Oh, listen, well, everyone's still reasonably sober. Most of us are reasonably sober. Hey, that's going to change. So many of you guys probably know about this guitar. They're part of the story. This guitar belonged to Donnie. Right, we know that. And one weird night, something happened to one of Pat's guitars. I don't know what happened. Well, something happened. We don't know, right? It's the guitar was there, then it was not there. One of those incidents, right? I know it happens in some place. I didn't think it would happen here, but somewhere it happens. And somehow this guitar wound up with Pat. And today I drove in here, not really. I brought 3 guitars with me, thinking, that'd be enough. And then Pat gave me this guitar tonight. All right? Yeah, it's. I know that when Donnie got this, Donnie showed me this. I think it was last year or the year before, and I have a deal with Eastwood Guitars, so I called Mike Eastwood because we didn't know what this was, right? Donnie had this thing. I'm not sure he got it on eBay or something. I'm not sure, right? And then Mike tells us, yeah, this was one of the earlier guitars that Eastwood first started building when he was working out of his garage in Georgetown. So it's it's not an older guitar, like 20 years old, but frankly, I'm pretty honored to have this thing. It's a pretty sweet guitar. So we're gonna play a couple of songs on this one. Now listen, I'm amongst friends. It's not exactly, I have a very high standard of guitar setups. Clearly, you can see my hands have to be at a very certain temperature, and so. However, I also. In this exact town, you're right, and there's pictures to prove that. So, in honor of Donnie and in honor of Pat, of course, who's generous enough to see this thing to go my way, I will make good use of this, and we'll try a couple of songs on it here tonight. And since we're amongst friends, if I mess it up a little bit, we can edit that, right? You have See, Espanola is the only pressure gig I have on the road now. I come in here after 200, yeah, you do. I come in here 250 shows a year, and it's whatever. I don't care. I get Espanola, and the pressure's on. Andrew's here for sound check with a camera to make sure we've got good audio. Pat's over there staring me down, going, "You play good." I like. You're no Leroy Stagger, but you try to do what you can do, So I always feel some pressure. Listen, the pressure's all mine. Trust me, it's my own. See that? See, not to get into a guitar clinic here, but we are loose amongst friends here. This right off the fly is a pretty cool sounding guitar, right? the people on the top, they keep playing tricks, and you gotta work for yourself. You gotta think for yourself. You gotta own your own self. You gotta do it by yourself. It don't matter how much money that you got, there's always gonna be the people that have not. You gotta work for yourself. You gotta think for yourself. You gotta own your own self, and you gotta do it by yourself. More time that you spend will be the less time that you got. Better to help your friends than to fight the man on top. You gotta work for yourself. You gotta think for yourself. You gotta own your own self, and you gotta do it by yourself. When you find your friends, you can find to build your house. Friends that you made, they be sure to help you out, 'cause they took the time they had and they thought for themselves. And you gotta work for yourself. You gotta think for yourself. You gotta own your own self, and you gotta do it by yourself. You gotta work for yourself. All right.